Hi there, I'm Jared Dahl and welcome to No Stress Job Scheduling. Today we're going to talk about integrating your job scheduler with big software, a little talk we like to call All Systems Go. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what types of software people generally will look to connect their scheduler to. In the first category we have CRM and ERP systems, big kind of overarching products that are managing a large portion of the work the company is doing. Things like SAP, things like PeopleSoft, right in those types of areas. The second thing, a little more technical, a little more down into the weeds, big data tools and ETL or extract, transform, load tools. Things like Informatica, things like Hadoop. You're going to see a lot of need for that because a lot of that is pushing data here, there, and everywhere, including back up into your CRM and ERP systems. The third part is workload automation. This is for tasks that are driven at like a department level, but don't necessarily draw the attention of the IT department, so we're not going to directly code them, and a product really doesn't exist for them, but the work still needs to be done. We still want to automate it. A great example of workload automation software is a product we have here at Help Systems called Automate. So the second thing I want to talk about is the methods that we're going to use to build these integrations between the products. And the first one, of course, is the most primitive, been around since computers existed, is the command line interface. And generally the product will have a few little programs that are standalone and you can just directly call them from the command line. And enterprise schedulers really should not have a problem dealing with that type of integration. The second is high-level language APIs. So a set of APIs or code that is written in a language like C# or Java or C++ that allows a user to write their own custom code, which will then call directly into the system. A great example of this is SAP's API that they use is essentially a set of Java classes that you can write your own custom code around to then control SAP. The third really good way to interface between products is web services. And the nice thing about web services is they are completely language and operating system agnostic. So you don't have those kinds of requirements stacked on top of what you're trying to do. It's just a set of APIs that you call straight across using your standard internet and web protocols like HTTP. And you've got a request going out, a response coming back. It's very simple programming. So the third thing I want to talk about today is the integration level, and this is really, I'm trying to talk about how tightly integrated the two products are. So the first thing is like a direct interface where the enterprise schedulers knows about the other product, let's say Informatica, and works directly with it through, say, web services. So it knows about Informatica's web services and calls them directly to do some action. The second part of this is a standards-based interface where, let's say, a product, and once again we can go with Informatica as a example. Informatica has a great, especially Informatica Cloud, has a great web services type interface, and so that's your kind of set of standards. You can just code directly to that. And the third that comes in a lot with both command line and language APIs is kind of the code your own approach. So you're going to have to get down into the grass and write your own software to integrate between your scheduler and your ERP system. So I think what we're really looking for here is with an enterprise scheduling product, what you really want is this kind of agnostic layer that sits in between your ideas of what you want your business to be doing and the actual nuts and bolts, bits and bytes that the software is doing. Well, that's it for today. I hope this talk on how to get things to integrate and work together is helpful. So we'll see you next time. Thank you. Okay?
Nice. Beautiful.
That was fast.
That was fast. That was like 3 minutes.